Were to think about your best memories of living in Brooklyn, what would you say?
Oh, my best memories? Well, uh, I would have to say, well, I enjoyed growing up, and I naturally was a shoe shine boy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the best memories of that life, I would have to say the best memories would be after I met your grandmother,
Okay.
because she lived 2 blocks away, and so we had good times together while we were engaged and so forth. But that was after the war,
Yeah.
and
So what about growing up? Like when you were a little boy, how many brothers and sisters? 8?
there's 6 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay, so there's 8 of you total. So I mean, like,
That's what it'll be.
with your parents and going to Coney Island as a kid.
Oh, yes, that's right. You just alerted me to that. Yeah, we went to Coney Island, steeplechase. That was the big thing in those days. It was a great place. Of course, when you went there, if you were lucky enough to afford what we, there was the blue ticket and had 32 numbers on it. And there's supposed to be 32 rides or attractions. And we always tried to get them all, but never did. But each time you went on a ride, the man there would punch a hole in it, and so you couldn't go back on that ride again. But one day, I went in, and Lord Westman, my father and mother, they brought us there. Had the, I swear it's the same black suitcase that he had even when he was out here. But they had a suitcase like that, and packing in our lunch, packing in, well, when we went to the beach, of course we have the bathing suits, so, but, oh, uh, then running around steeplechase, which is a great place because, hey, as long as you stayed in steeplechase, you were safe, you didn't get lost, but one day I went in, I got my ticket, usually put it around your neck and hung down here. Uh, there was a man going out and he had his son with him, and he said, "Oh, hey, kid, here." Some reason or other, they had to leave. He gave me the ticket. He had the blue ticket, 32 rides. Wow. So I said, "Oh, great." So I said, "I'll go on the merry-go-round first." They had a big merry-go-round there. The guy said, "Hey, that's already punched." They only have one punch out of that 32. The kid went on the merry-go-round, and I don't know, maybe the kid got sick or something. But yeah, the man handed me that ticket, so I had all the rest of the rides I could go on twice.
Wow.
And so that was great. And the way, especially my father, sometimes my mother couldn't come. Well, sometimes she was home nursing the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and but my father would take us, and then he'd say, "Okay, You kids get your tickets? Okay. I'm going to be over here for a while. He chose, sometimes he liked to sit in the sun, and or other times he'd sit in where the people came down from the horses, and they came through, and then the clowns down there would play little tricks on them, and they had the moving sidewalk that people would start walking, and then the next thing you know, the sidewalks are going like this.
Yep.
And they sit there and, watch it.
Now, was that Nathan's there when you were a kid?
Yeah, Nathan's was there. Yeah, we had the old Nathan's. And so that was good. And we went, of course, to Coney Island. And I went to see the Dodgers play.
Yeah.
50 cents cost for a bleacher seat.
Wow.
One day, some reason or other, my father didn't feel like going. He gave me 50 cents. He said, and we had to take a trolley car. That's why they call them the Dodgers. You had to dodge the cars. And so that was an enjoyable time. And, well, I liked school. And what other things did we do? Well, we had all kinds of games that we made up.
Right.
And we had what we called the pushos. It was like a scooter, but ones that we made ourselves. A board, an old pair of roller skates with the thing that held it rigid. You took it out. It was like a rubber thing, hard rubber. You took that out, and then the skate you could steer with the push-up. We had that, and we made guns that shoot pieces of cardboard. A rubber band gun. And we would make that. Then you put this piece of cardboard in there, in the rubber band. That's the way you shot. Then, of course, they had Wingalevio. That was, well, for us guys, that was fun. You ran after each other. And Johnny on the Pony, that was...
Now, did you call it Johnny on the Pony because there's 100 Johnnies in our family?
No, no, but that was the name of the game at wherever, especially where they had a garage or something. A couple of you had them behind one another. Yeah, you were down like this into the other guy's backside, and then the other, they had to take turns. Those that one to jump and try to get up as far as you could on a jump. You might have 2 or 3 guys laying down like that, and then there were all kind of games, and we just enjoyed them. They didn't cost anything.
That's right. You had a good. Well, you were the best storyteller on the block, so you know
Well,
it was free entertainment.
Yeah, Yeah, well, for my sisters, they enjoyed me making up stories and telling stories. And my sister Joni, she said, in later on, she said, you know, I was a fool. Just to hear one of your stories, you would say, well, go up to the ice cream parlor. This wasn't 2 blocks away. This was about 4 blocks. And they had a nice ice cream parlor, and they made their ice cream, and they made their candy. And you could buy the candy bars or something like a Mounds bar.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister Joni and she would go and come all the way back with the candy, and then we split up the candy, eat, and the kids would eat the candy. So, and of course, telling stories. And then when it was dark, and we were out in the backyard, and who would dare to go as far as the pole? And it wasn't that far, but it was dark, and you got that scary feeling.
Yep.
And I told them a ghost story.
Nice.
So, see, now you got me talking like this.
Well, well, my main question, I mean, you answered it in 2 seconds. You know, your best memory of Brooklyn was really everything after Grandma.
And, yeah, well, that was that. And telling stories. So now I'll try to make this one quick.